Baby, baby. Woo, it was all a dream. Then I saw Faith Evans on the scene. Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Carcino, and let's get into it. Y'all wanted me to talk about the marriage between Biggie and Faith. Um, I thought I basically covered this stuff when we were talking about the Tupac situation and why they were married so fast. Well, it's like this. They were married fast because they were supposed to be people in love. Absolutely not. Biggie saw something in her, and she saw something in Big. She knew Biggie had the number one hottest album on the streets, and she was no fool. She saw, oh right, this is who I want to be with. This is my man. This is he making me laugh. Yeah, we're gonna date for a couple of weeks, and then we're gonna get married. Now you gotta understand something. Big at this time was still dealing with Kim, who he put on and everything else. Kim was, this was his thing. Now, with this being said, Biggie, growing up a lot in Brooklyn, going to school when he was, they used to call him the big gorilla. They used to call him all kind of names. And he suffers from, people don't realize this, that a lot of blacks suffer from a lot of colorism than any other race would put themselves through. But most people look at us. Like other races will look at us and they'll just say black, period. Whether you're light skinned, mocha, dark, black. That's just how they solidify everything. We will definitely note the difference. We would say dark, super, hey, he's a brother. He's black. And the light skinned black. And all of these different colorisms come into play as far as social, like justice, movie roles, strength. He's light skinned, he's weak. So people have to come up with ways to empower themselves based on their color more than anything else. So if you were dark skinned, you automatically didn't associate yourself with being attractive or beautiful to other people. You looked at it as a detraction. So you have to find other ways to empower yourself. Some people did this. That's not everybody else. I'm just saying some people did this. Not all. Some. And during this whole stage of colorism, people would accept certain negativities about themselves. And Biggie would want to say, I know I'm big and black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Saying that the clothes is going to make me look better. I know I'm this. And it's a distraction because he was told this a lot going through school. So he messed with people who was his complexion, who were basically like him. Now, once he got famous, because of the colorism that he put himself through, from the abuse he took verbally, being made fun of because of how dark he was by people just like him, who's black. Because of this, in his mind, beauty was being liked. And he had a fetish for lighter skinned girls. Once he got access to make selections, that became his girl of choice. And then pretty soon, Kim just didn't fit what he wanted anymore. You know, he was never gonna be with her. He thought to success and to make it is to be with the lighter girl. That was beauty. That was what perfection was. And that was part of his sickness with the colorism. Because when he was coming up, his girl was Salt, out of Salt and Pepper. Salt was his girl. He was in love with Salt. Like Salt, Salt and Pepper. So when he saw, he knew, like, you very rarely would meet a person that knows, like, all Salt and Pepper songs, like the old ones, Assault with the Deadly Pepper and all those albums. Big had those albums and knew all the words. Now, here's the kicker. Faith Evans looks like her. Used to look like how Salt used to look when they met. She had the haircut like Salt from Salt and Pepper. So when he see her, he's thinking Salt. I got Salt from Salt and Pepper. He was instantly in love. It was more lust than love. But ever since then, things started to change. And when things started to change, you started to see a whole nother side of you started to see a whole nother side of Big, you know, he ends up with Charlie Baltimore, you know, but that's part of the colorism that he was going through. He was more attracted, he thought light skin was better. And there's some people in this world that think like that. Beauty is a certain color, you know, like it's social status. When you look at Hollywood, you see what Hollywood's doing. You see what all of these things are doing as far as trying to dictate to you what is beauty and what isn't beauty. We've seen it done in magazines. We've seen it all through music videos. Um, didn't 21 Savage, or was it Tory Lanez, or it was either 21 or Tory Lanez, had to tell the director, no, quit switching out the girls. The dark skinned girl was doing just fine. Let her be in the music video. Let her remain right here. You see, and this type of things happen all the time. They boot out the dark skinned girl and bring in the light skinned girl, and it's not the light skinned girl's fault, you know. And sometimes they think that it brings them privilege, like they're in a higher stance. Like, yes, that's right. We're the light skinned crew. You know, it's like insane. So this colorism that exists within us and has been going around since the beginning of time, it's always been a problem. And people suffer from it no matter what type of success they had. Big came from the street, so that was his idea of making it, you know, having faith, having one of these girls. But once he became big, you know, he started getting older. He was like, yeah, forget faith. I'm done with that, you know. I'm moving on. So this was he was in the frame of moving on away from faith. They was already separated at this time anyway. So he was over the relationship, but they would still mess around occasionally. It was just dumb, but it was Faith Evans, man, and that whole big situation. Just was it was a crazy toxic marriage to begin with. Two people who weren't ready for marriage. She definitely was not ready for marriage, and she's fresh out of a relationship, but she was more into it than he was because she knew she's already been in a serious relationship. Big was just a big kid. You know, he was what, 22 years old. So, you know, it is what it is. But that's it. So hopefully you guys understand this is how the marriage went, why he chose Faith Evans, why he fell so head over heels over her. And don't forget, subscribe to the page. You can hit the notification button. And don't forget, when you guys hit the Streamlab to donate, leave your email address so I can hit you back with an email and hit you up with some information that might be beneficial to you. I'm out.